Hmm?
Shadow.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, Shadow.
Okay.
Shadow, are you ready to start the Dhamma talk?
Okay, we can start.
Okay, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Vietnamese Shadow, and good evening, everyone. Good morning for everyone in the East Hemisphere. Welcome to the 7 days plus 14 days Samatha-Vipassanā Meditation Retreat conducted by Sierra U Aganya and Sierra U Kovida. Today, Sierra U Kovida will continue with the Dhamma talk on Bojjhanga Sutta Part 13. May we now respectfully invite Seattle to start today's Dhamma talk, and may we invite both interpreter Bante to start the translation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, we will pay homage to the Buddha by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Today we are going to talk about recollection of morality. So to recall the morality, we must have qualifying moralities. That means the purpose of morality must be good. Also, we must be very pure in morality. We have one of these quality or all these quality, we can do recollection of morality, silanosity. So it's also really beneficial for all the practitioners if we can recall silanosity. Punaja param dwam mahanama adano silani anusriyasi akandani achidani asabalani akamasani bujisani unyapasatani aparamatani samadhi samadhini kani. This is it from Mahanama Sutta in Anguttara Nikaya. Again, Mahanama, you should recollect your own virtues that are consistent, not broken, spotted or blemish, free of celebrity, not acquired and praised by the wise and leading to concentration. So this information can be found in Visuddhimagga as the quality of sila. So this was delivered to King Mahanama, one of the Sakya prince. So when we talk about this silanosity, mostly we quote this Pali passage. Okay, now explanation. 1. Khanda, broken. If one breaks the first or the last rule, this is called khanda. So we have 5 precepts or 8 precepts. If we say 5 precepts, the first one is Panadipata, the last one is Sura Media. If you break one of the rules, Panadipata or Sura Media, this is called khanda. So that means in the very beginning, right, we have already broken. That's fine. This is called khanda. Similarly, at the end, we have already broken. This is called khanda. Tita, whole. If one break in the middle rules, so among the 5 precepts, the middle one is Kamisumichachara. If we break Kamisumichachara, this means it's a chitta, the whole. Then if we talk about 8 precepts, then it will be a little bit difficult, right? Because we say 8, there may be 2 in the middle, or one of them, we can say, right? Then Sabala, spotted. If one breaks 2 or more rules in orderly, It can be any part of the precepts. For example, among the 8 precepts, if we break Najagita or Malaganda, Najagita and Ujjasayana, for example, at the end. In the very beginning, Bandipata and Adinarana, 2 rules. Then this is called 2 or more rules. Right? That means there can be many other rules also. For example, Bandipata, Adinarana, Kamsumechajara, not observing very well. Musawara and Sudamani are okay. We can observe well. When we have this kind of conditions, we can see spot it. Then another one is Kamasa, blemish. If one break many rules alternatively. Okay, for example, Musa, Baranipata, okay, we can observe well, but Arinarana, we cannot observe well. Then Kamizumechajara, okay, Musawara, we are not good in observing. If we just break many rules alternatively, this is called Kamasa. If we summarize, all these 4 means we must not break any of precepts. Sometimes the layperson, they also say, then if we take 8 precepts, just break 1. Okay, we just break 1. We have 7 precepts. Yeah, this is sure. You have 7 precepts. It's different from our person. So the main thing is we undertake the precepts separately. In Thai culture, they also use we so. They have this kind of usage. That means individually, one by one, separately. Then we don't undertake 5 together or 8 together like that. So if we just undertake 8 precepts, for example, like Aham Bandidis Rena Saha Band Atanga Samana Gadang, Bosra Silan Samadhi Ami, not Amaya Jami, right? Samadhi Ami, finish. Then in this case, he or she is undertaking all the 8 together, not separately. So if we undertake together, if we break 1, we break all. This is the explanation. If we undertake 1 by 1, if we break 1, just break 1, we have 7 precepts. This is also truth. But when we break one of them, okay, although we have 7 precepts, that is not qualified enough due to the collection of morality. Right? So that means we are one of these 4. We can also understand that we are down, not broken. Achidam, not whole. Asabalan, not spotted. Akamasan, not blemished. This is the qualifying sila. For Samridas or for Orient persons, we have 10 precepts. So among the 10 precepts, we must observe 10 precepts strictly. We cannot skip any of them. It will be different from lay devotees. So another thing is, when we undertake a precept, for example, if we break 1, we have 9. Okay, we can say we have 9. But for some leaders, they cannot undertake in front of the Buddha. When they are going to undertake precept, they must go and find a bhikkhu and undertake from a bhikkhu. That's why it's not that easy, like ordinary people. Okay, the main thing is, when we have undertaken, then we must observe fully without breaking any of precepts. So in the case of sila, if we don't have faith or confidence, we may have a lot of excuses. If we have sattha, confidence, we will not have any excuses. We can undertake everything very well. Okay, if we want to have a qualifying morality, then we must observe everything well without breaking any of them. Now for bhikkhu also, we have some problem. Now modern society, they say, Buddha say to Ananda, if you remove minor rules, it's also okay. If Sangha agree to remove minor rules, it's okay. Then it's also a big problem. Minor rules. See, there are many minor rules. Right? There are also not, some of them are not quite clear also. Anyway, the main thing is, although Buddha allowed nobody remove, first council, nobody remove, and the second council also no remove. Up to sixth council now, nobody remove. That's why we can say 386, we must follow it. The main thing is, if we don't have faith, we may have a lot of excuses. We don't always to follow the rules, and we may say many different things. So if we have a lot of excuses, we don't have qualifying morality. When we do recollection of morality, it will be impossible. Okay. Then again, Buddhisa. Free from slavery and free from greed. Actually, we have many different types of greed. For example, we wish to be famous. This is also greed. There are some people, they just observe precept to be famous. For sure. They just want to show they are moral. Then in this case, we are slave. Right? We're going to be free from slavery. There are some people, they just observe precepts to have some special favor. Special favor means, for example, when they visited somewhere, they are virtuous. That's why people may have special offering, special living place, right? They will arrange special things for him. Expecting that kind of things, he observes precepts. This also greed. Then we also have another one like it, undertaking precept for gain. So for gaining here, we have many different types of gain. For example, 406. We need to get more 6, more donation from the donor that we undertake precepts. So all the things can be considered as a slavery. We are not free from slavery. We are not free from greed. So there are many other types of greeds. To enjoy something, we just do right? Sila. Okay, you may know another Benika's only son, Kala. You know, he was a little bit bad boy. Not a little bit bad boy. He's a bad boy. Then his father, Nara Bendika, wants his son to go to the monastery. Then there's some agreement between father and son. The father encouraged his son to go to the monastery. Then when he came back, he will give money, some amount of money. Then Kala go to the monastery. Then he just lived there. Right? Even going to monastery, they have to give money, right? Then coming back, he just want to get money. Then in this way, this take a little bit longer time. But one day, Nara Beniga changed his system. Okay, if you can learn a stanza from the Buddha, I will give you more money. He had to send his son to the monastery. So then in his case, he just was to get money. Then he go to the monastery, he learn stanza from the Buddha. But actually after learning a stanza, he attained Sotapanna. Then he don't want to get money anymore. Like ordinary people, we have greed. Sometimes we just do sila for the fame or gain or special favor from anybody. Also can be many other purposes of morality, right? So for example, if we undertake precepts, people will praise me, praise us. That's why expecting people's praise, then we will do sila. This is also greed. 2. Bojjhanga praised by the wise. 6. Bojjhanga Sutta, praised by the wise. When we say praised by the wise, that means the Buddha is also the wise person, praised by the Buddha. When we study Vinaya Pitaka, in many parts of Vinaya, when the bhikkhu make mistakes, then people will criticize, then the Buddha also criticize, then Buddha lay down the rules. Now whenever the Buddha lay down the rules, before laying down, the Buddha also say, this is not the manner of good people. It's not the manner of wise people. It's not the practice of good people. The Buddha also reminds his disciple like that. Now also, the Buddha also say, then by doing so, people will lose their faith. And it will be to be faithless for faithful. Right? That's why Buddha laid out many rules. So praised by wise means the Buddha. This is the highest the wiser person. And similarly, we may also have like a Vinaya expert, Venerable Upali, Venerable Ananda. If we follow Vinaya rules, they may respect without breaking any of precepts. Then this is good enough. Okay, the main thing is if our morality is strong enough, then the Buddha will praise. If our morality is not strong enough, the Buddha will not praise. That's why it's also important. We must have our morality must be strong enough to be praised by the Buddha. So here another one, aparamata. Aparamata means not enticing, neither associated with greed nor wrong view, criticized by anybody with moral precepts. This is called aparamata. Okay, here associated with the greed. This means the purpose of morality is not good enough. This is called paramata. For example, we may undertake precepts to be reborn in the good destination. Or by observing morality, I can be reborn in the Deva realms. Right? In this case, this is called paramata, associated with greed. Then not only that, by observing precepts, right, I can get this kind of benefit, we may expect many benefits. When you study the benefit of morality, it was statement. There will be some statement there, right? For example, then you will have more confidence in the assembly, in public. When we have morality, sure, we can be very brave in the community. By expecting this kind of benefits, we may observe precepts. This also greed, right? Another thing is that, if I observe precepts, people will praise me. This is also one of the benefits of morality. Okay, this is normal everywhere. When we talk about now modern society in Myanmar also, and when we talk about also when somebody offer food, we may talk about the benefit of offering foods. Many people ask this kind of question. Similarly, when we offer robes, they may ask what's the benefit of offering robes. And we may explain the benefits. Then they may expect all the benefits. Right? Then this is called paramata, associated with greed. Then how does wrong view? Wrong view means, actually we have many different types of wrong views according to Abhidhamma or in the Sutta. But here wrong view means by observing precepts, then we can attain Nibbana. Although we don't practice Samatha or Vipassana or any higher practice. When we have this kind of view, this is called Paramata. Our idea is not very good enough. Then not criticized by anybody with moral precepts. This is called aparamata. Sometimes people criticize the way we practice Vinaya. Okay, for example, we may have some other traditions about Vikala Bojjhana, for example, right? Vikala Bojjhana. So Vikala Bojjhana is one thing, another one is stored foods is another thing. For example, two different rules, right? In Vikala Bojjhana, we have many different types of arguments. For example, coffee is allowed in the evening or not. Different culture. Only in Myanmar, we are not allowed to drink coffee. In most of the other Buddhist countries, for example, Sri Lanka, Thailand, they may allow. Cambodia, I'm not sure. I know two countries, they drink coffee in the evening. Then they also say it's not food. Right? Anyway, this is their belief. Then according to their culture, it will be acceptable because we call Ajara Sila. According to the way they believe, they do it. Now we have another point of view. Another point of view is like a store of foods. I may have many big amount of foods today. I cannot eat, but some of them are already very good quality. I can eat tomorrow. Although we keep it in the refrigerator, we can use it, right? Tomorrow, next day. And I may ask my Kapia, okay, Kapia, please keep it. Tomorrow morning, you can offer. Just hand over to Kapia with attachments. Then Kapia may cook, maybe cook next day, he may make warm up the next day and offer the foods to the bhikkhu the next day. This is called store of foods. We cannot ask anybody to keep the foods. So that means when we relinquish the foods, it must be totally free without any attachment to the foods. So Kapia, he also cannot eat everything, then he may store up, the next day he may reoffer, in this case it will be exception. So sometimes we have stored foods, but we don't store by ourselves, right? I have said that we ask Kapia or somebody, okay, please keep it, tomorrow you can offer again. If we say like this is also not very pure. Those who know Vinaya will criticize, right? Okay, this is one thing, criticized by anybody with moral precepts. So that means the way they follow Vinaya is not really very good. Then Vinaya expert will criticize them. This is the one thing. Another thing is like the purpose of practicing Vinaya. I always say, but for faith, for gain, right, we are doing. So wherever we go, now whoever we meet on the way or somewhere, we may talk about our own virtues too much. Let me just for sure, people criticize the powers of practicing is not really very good. Then this is also called paramata, not very pure. Then not only that, there are many others. For example, computation. Computation means, his morality is not as good as me. My morality is stronger. We have this kind of computation with others, right? In this kind of case, also, paramata, not very pure. So morality is not computations. It's just to follow, to purify our bodily actions and bhava actions. Sometimes our bhava actions, our speech is pure. Our body action is pure. But the problem is our minds. Our minds are not very pure. The purpose of practicing morality is not good enough. In this case, paramata. people will criticize. Sometimes we just avoid. We just avoid Vinaya, very close to breaking. And in this case also, we can say if we are expert, sure we will do many different things, very many tricky ways to avoid Vinaya. Okay, recently I have learned some new ideas of Vinaya, right? For example, like keeping money in the bank. So there will be maybe two alliance, maybe right? 2 person, Kapiya and a Bhikkhu, join together, joint account. They may have joint account in the bank. So whatever they happen, case happen, Bhikkhu may just sign, agree to do. Kapiya will do everything, for example, right? Then in this case, it will be allowable, somebody says. But according to Vinaya, this is also arranging money, managing money, right? We are, although we don't accept by ourselves, then we just ask Kapiya to accept. So we have two different things. Okanaya, we ourselves accept money. Okanapeya, we encourage somebody to accept for us. Upanikitawasariya, the next one. It is, if somebody bring money in front of us, then just say money. We don't say, I want to offer money, for example. We don't say anything. Keep quiet. That's when we agree. This one also breaking precepts. But anyway, those who respect Vinaya or who know Vinaya very well will criticize. Then we should avoid this kind of things. Okay, now the last one, 8. Samadhi Samvadanika. So when we talk about Samadhi Samvadanika, here we should understand that leading to concentration that can bring asset concentration or absorption concentration. This is for jhana. Not only that, when we attain vipassana also, it can lead to path concentration and fruition concentration. This is called Samadhi Samvadanika. So we have 3 different types of modality. Hana Bhagya, degradation. Chiti Bhagya, just farming, family standing in one place. Visita Bhagya, improving or progressing. Sometimes our concentration become weaker and our morality become weaker and weaker. It depends on our association, the community we live, our environment. It also can be our own negligence. Sometimes we don't see fault as a fault. We don't think mistake as a mistake. We don't accept mistake as a mistake. This is also one of the things. Then we also have another one, no guidance sense doors. We don't protect our sense door. It will be easier to break precepts. Now the last one is having many wrong thoughts. All these things can lead to the degradation of morality. It does not lead to get better. Okay, now in the case of qualifying morality, it must lead us to get better, to be better. So that's why if we can do if we have pure sila, then it can produce concentration. It can be asset concentration, it can be absorption concentration. Then when we can practice vipassana well, it can be path and fruition concentration. So if our morality can lead to this kind of state, we can say this is the qualifying morality. Okay, now again, this story is very famous. And Venerable Mahadisa, we are going to talk about the benefit of morality or recollection of morality, who practice silanosity properly. So Venerable Mahadisa, he was born in a rich family and was ordained after handing over all his wealth to his younger brother. He studied Buddha's teaching for 5 years and then lived in solitude. But here we should say 2 different things. Pariyatti and a Patipatti. The first one is a Pariyatti, he studied Buddha's teaching. It can be two different things. The first one is he learned Vinaya. So within 5 years, he must learn Vinaya. So when he has good Vinaya knowledge, then we call Nisaya Mujaya Anga. Then he's free from dependence. Because he's independent, he can live alone. If he's not very expert in Vinaya, although he grow older and older, he must be dependent. Depending on one teacher, he must live because he's not very skillful in Vinaya. So the main thing is he studied Vinaya for 5 years. At the same time, he also studied meditation. So now in our society, when we study meditation, there must be a teacher, right? Now we can study from the teacher. Then we have to learn all the difficult parts. Now in which stage, what kind of difficulty can experiences, in which stage, what kind of difficulty can experiences, how to overcome it. We have to learn everything in detail. For example, when we have set the breath, what to do? Then teacher can explain how to do it. He studied meditation. So within 5 years, he finished both Vinaya and also meditation. He's independent. So after learning, then he lived alone in the seclusion. He was practicing. Then unfortunately, his sister-in-law, who wished to give his wealth back to him, sent bandits to kill him. So he was alone in the forest. All the bandits are looking for him around the forest. When he was surrounded by the bandits, he requested to allow him to meditate one night. Then the bandits also say, if you run away, what shall we do? How will you prove that you don't run away? By breaking his legs using the stone, hit with the stone. Then he also proved that he will not run away. This is the first part. Then you can imagine how strong his pain, right? Now you may have listened many Dhamma talk given by many different teachers. Mostly they may teach you, he focused in the pain, and noting pain, then he attained hardship, right? You may have listened to this kind of Dhamma talk. This story can be found in Samatha-Vipassanā Sutta commentary. When we go and read the original story, it will be different. So he mentioned recollecting his morality. So his morality has, we already mentioned 8 qualities of morality. He just recall all these qualities. So sure, he's very pure in morality. It's good enough. This is called actually recollection of morality. Then he continues his meditation until he attained hardship. Okay, how do you do it? Through pain. How can he overcome this kind of pain? Also, we have some formula, some process of practicing vipassana from Silanosati, recollection of morality. So when we have sila, the sila will produce, when we recall sila, pure sila, it will produce pamacha, delight. Then, if pamacha becomes stronger, it will produce BD, rapture or joy. We have many different types of BD, right? In the BD, now we are talking about BD Samojjhanga. I also have already talked about 5 types of BD. So there will be rapture or joy, BD. When BD becomes stronger, then it will produce passaddhi, tranquility. Body and minds are really very stable, very peaceful, tranquilized. Okay, one more thing. Tranquility is the opposite factor of udajja, restlessness. Then we don't have restlessness because of tranquility. It's very powerful. Anyway, when the tranquility becomes stronger, it will produce sukha, bliss, very blissful experiences, very pleasant experiences. This is called sukha. When sukha becomes stronger, it will produce concentration, samadhi. By practicing samadhi, by practicing the sila no sati, we cannot attain jhana, we can attain only asset concentration. Okay, here I just mentioned very briefly, he continues his meditation until he attained arhatship. I just mentioned very simply. In the original text, it also mentioned, Vedana Vikampetawa, overcoming the feeling of the pain. How he can overcome the pain? By recording morality. When we have piti passaddhi before samadhi, right? Piti, rapture or joy, they produce passaddhi, tranquility. When we have very strong piti and very strong passaddhi, we can overcome the pain. This is called Vedana Vikampetawa, overcoming pain. This is the Asian traditions. We can find a similar story in many different texts. Because the main thing is, he does not follow the pain. He is not focused on the pain. He just overcome the pain by the power of tranquility and a rapture, recording morality. Then he will proceed practicing until he could attain asset concentration. Based on asset concentration, he will go to materialities. After that, mentality. Then go to cause and relationship and all the vipassana. Follow this process of vipassana until he could attain arhatship. This is the way he practiced. So, if we have very strong morality, that we can recall, we also have very strong rapture, very strong joy, very strong tranquility, then we can forget our body. Even if you have just normal concentration, when you have very strong tranquility, your body disappears. You don't feel anything in your body anymore. Similarly, in his case, his morality is strong, so his joy, rapture also very strong. His body disappears. He cannot know anything in his body. Then he could overcome the pain. Then after that, he could continue practicing until he attained arhatship. This is the power of morality. This is the power of recollection of morality. Then we have another story. So, Samatha-Vipassanā Thera in Kandara Sala Parivena. This is also one of the Mahathera. Yeah, Krishna Maharaja came to see him as the era is late dying, attending to worship him. But at the door, he heard the groans of the ill man, that means the bhikkhu, the Mahathera. Samatha-Vipassanā, right? That means. So, on hearing that, discussed it, that, and after 16 years of monastic life, he should not be able to conquer his pain. I mean, although he lived for 16 years in a holy life, he could not overcome this kind of pain. Then that kind of thing cannot satisfy the king. And he did not enter. That means he didn't pay homage to him. He just left, going to leave. This is what reported to the era. That means one of his attendant bhikkhus approached Mahathera and said, Venerable Sir, And King Mahadisa Raja came to see you, but he left now. When hearing the grooming of you, then the Mahadira said, okay, let the king wait for a while. Then putting forth great efforts by recording his morality, they say. He just recall his morality. So it will be similar to Venerable Tisa. So he subdues his pain and also send words to the king to come to him. This is a very simple way he did, right? So, as I mentioned the sequence before, he has very strong morality. Just recall the morality. It will produce pamaja, delight. Pamaja produce piti, rapture or joy. And then piti will produce passaddhi, tranquility. With piti passaddhi, he can overcome the pain. He can subdue his pain. Actually, this is just I just summarize this story, but in reality, it will be a little bit more in detail in the original text. Actually, he attained leadership in the very spot. Within a few minutes, he could attain. You can imagine the power of morality. Then he sent the words to the king to come in to him, the king Imita. When seeing his appearance, the king also could realize he had attained leadership, some higher attainment. Okay, the king cannot know leadership, right? He can guess. He attained some higher attainment. Then he asks Venerable Sir, how quickly you can practice? This was very wonderful. Then why it happened to you? He said, he just do his morality. I just recall my morality. Then I just practice based on that. When hearing that, for example, in the very beginning he could hear the Mahatira groaning, but after some time when he sit down and he could not hear anything, right? Because he could recall morality at the time, no more pain. He could not hear anymore. Very stable. After that, he could attain leadership easily. Then, when hearing the Mahatira's words, he just recalled his morality. Then the king was very pleased. Then he bowed down to Mahatira, saying, Venerable Sir, I don't bow down your leadership. I just bow down the moral precepts you undertook as the ordinary bhikkhus. It's more difficult to be moral as ordinary bhikkhu. For Arhat, the leadership, the path and fruit knowledge already eradicate defilements. That is why it's easier for them to undertake precepts. For ordinary people, we are not that easy. Right? Not that easy to undertake precepts very well. That is why the king just pay homage to the Mahatira for his virtues, not for leadership. Okay, this is the recollection of morality. Actually, there are many other benefits of recollection of morality. Then it will be too long. So, okay, if we summarize all the things today, when we say morality, our morality must be strong enough to lead to concentration, as Venerable Mahadisa or Venerable Mahasati-Vasatira, it will be strong enough. Actually, there are many other stories, similar stories we can find in the text. The main thing is, sometimes you feel pain a lot, how to do? Try to have piti passaddhi. You can overcome it. Your body will disappear naturally. You don't feel pain anymore. But if we just say this kind of things to the ordinary people, they may not believe. It's impossible, they may say. But when we ourselves experience the experience of our body, we can believe. Right? When our perspective becomes very strong, body becomes very peaceful, sometimes body and everything disappear. Anyway, the main thing is, it's really beneficial if we have morality. Now we can also use recollection of morality. By doing so, we can also attain a self-concentration. So although we cannot attain jhana, this one is powerful enough to be the foundations of vipassana. Okay, now recollection of generosity. Oh, I'm not sure I can finish this one or not. Okay, I will try my best. Punaja Brahm Apunaja Brandon Mahanama Atano Jagam Nusriyasi Lava Watame Sulata Watame Yo Yam Machira Mala Machira Mala Briotana Brioti Daya Bajaya Brigada Mala Machirina Jedasa Akara Ajawasami Muda Jago Payata Pani Osaka Rato, Yaja Yogo, Dana Sami Paga Rato. These are the quality of generosity offering. Again, Manama, you should recollect your own benevolence. It's a great gain for me that in a world overwhelmed by the stain of selfishness, I abide in a household free from stains of selfishness. I abide, release, and benevolence with open hands, ready to give to the needy and arranging to give gifts. These are the quality of generosity. Now I will elaborate one by one. Vikata Malamachiri na Chedasa Agara Achawasami. I abide in a household life free from selfishness. Actually, machira is stinginess or possessiveness also. So we have different machiras here. Dwellings. We don't want to share our living place. This is also called machira. Gain. We want to share our gain. Normally, it's like a marketing. Right? Many other things. When you are doing business, you can experience other things. You don't want to share your customers with anybody, right? Those are the gains. The attendance. So when we talk about Kula Machira, because of attendance, for example, as a bhikkhu, I don't wish my student to go to another teacher, to associate with another teacher. This is called Kula Machira. I don't want my devotees to go to another monastery, another bhikkhus. This is also called Kula Machira. The fame of beauty. In the case of Vana Machira, we have two different meanings. Vana means fame. So when somebody is famous, I cannot feel happy, right? So I want to be happy. I want to be famous. I don't wish anybody to be famous. This is also called Machira. Similarly, beauty. Then this is also appearance, right? So there are some people, they don't want to have good appearance. If somebody has good appearance, they don't want to see. This kind of minds. Dhamma Machira, or Dhamma knowledge. So we don't wish to share our Dhamma knowledge. This also can be considered as Machira. Not only that, although we have worldly knowledge, if something is beneficial for other people, we can share. Sometimes we don't wish to share our knowledge with our friends or colleagues or anybody, then this is called Machira, Dhamma Machira. So in the community, many people have Machira, stinginess, or selfishness, or possessiveness. But if we have generosity, if we are generous to share our properties, our living place, our gains, or fame, or dhammas, or knowledge, or anything, this means we are strong enough to do reflection of generosity. The Mutta Jago freely offer. So there are some people, they may offer expecting something from the receiver. Right? They offer a lot to get some benefit from the receiver. As far as I know, in many other countries, many other Buddhist countries, if they offer to the monastery, then they have to pay tax very little. Right? So that means that's why many people offer to the monastery or some necessary places. So then many rich people, they just find some places to offer. And they may offer more and more. After that, they are free from tax. So if we have this kind of expectation, we don't have free offer. We have some expectation for tax-free or something. Another thing is like to have better relationship with the bhikkhu. Now we may offer, right? We may approach some bhikkhu or some very, very famous person. We wish to get some favor from him that we approach by offering a lot of amounts, big amount of donations. This is also called right? Unqualified jaga, unqualified donations. It must be freely. Don't expect anything from the receiver. Don't expect any gain or fame or anything, right? If we expect something, for example, we may expect gain. It's like investment, not donation, right? Similarly, we may expect some relationship from the bhikkhus, famous bhikkhu. This is also not really free, like investment. So in the case of Mutta Jaga, it must be freely offered without any expectation. Payatapani, pure hands. Okay, pure hand means this is just metaphor, or because it's simile, right? Because it's a metaphor. That means ancient time when they are going to offer something, they wash their hands. Or they will offer. So they have to wash their hand all the time. Their hands become very pure. That means consistent donation, consistent offering. So if you have habit of offering, just keep doing it. This is also one thing. Another thing is trying to expand your donations. This is also donation area, right? Then this also can be considered as payatapani. So this quality also important. For example, if you have offered flower to the Buddha every week, for example, every second day also possible, right? Then you can say you have pure hands. You can recall that kind of dana, the consistent dana. Now, Osaka Rato, delight in relinquishment. Sometimes, although we offer, we are not very happy, right? So after offering, we must delight or we must feel happiness. So delight in relinquishment. This is also important. Another thing, yaja yoko, ready to give. Okay, ready to give means, actually, there are many other things we have to say. Sometimes I will give one example. Then there are some donors, they will invite. But if you need something, I will offer. I'm ready to offer. They may have that kind of invitation. Whatever you need, please tell me. Then they will invite the bhikkhus with photographs or any necessary things. Then when we ask for donations, they are not very happy also. Right? They are not ready to give. The rare cases also happen. I have one of my classmates in Mandalay. We studied together. Actually, he can learn faster than me. The first year I failed, but he passed. And second year I also passed, he also passed. Then in that year, second year, one of his donors asked him about his examination. He said he passed another level. Then the donor also asks, invite him with books. Okay, Bani, if you need some books, okay, we can offer. But he just write down 8 books. He needs 8 books. Then the donor also offer 8 books. After that, the donor didn't talk to the bhikkhu anymore. He didn't talk to my friend anymore. In the very beginning, I was very happy with him because he said he brought many books. You know, if he had all these books, I can also use his book. That's why I'm very happy. I was very happy. Then one day, then I told him, "Oh, you are very lucky. You know, you have this kind of donor." Then at the time he feel upset and say, "Kovida, don't say like that. I feel very bad now." Why? He said, "Now the donor didn't talk to me anymore. Then, you know, no more relationship. Then this is not really good behavior. We know we are ordinary person, right? If somebody didn't talk, that means they hate us. They don't have faith with us. We know. Anyway, so that means they are not ready to give, but they invite. After that, they feel unhappy, right? Here, the fourth quality is delight and relinquishment, no happiness. Then it's not qualifying dana. Then yacha yoko, they are not ready to give, but they invite. When we really ask, then they are not very happy, right? So sometimes invitation, we have to be very careful. I remember my teacher's words when I was newly ordained. When your donors invite you with requisites, or if you need something, please ask me, I will offer you. Then my teacher remind me, don't believe this kind of invitation. Faith does not come from the mouth. Faith comes from the heart. Don't believe people's mouth. I remember this over. This is really problematic in the community. Now, when I visited Thailand also, some cases happen. Some Thai devotees, they dare not invite people with photographs because people may ask many things. This is also one of the problems. So the main thing is, actually, if donor is rich enough, also have very strong faith, sure, we can ask many donations, it doesn't matter. If the donor is poor, we have to consider. Although donor is rich, we must think about what we need. In the case of books, actually, you know, my friend's case, is what he needs. He's a learner he's learning in the Pali school. It's very important books. Actually, if we ask all the books we need, it will be very big box, right? He just asked only 8 books. They're not very happy, right? So even we study in although I finished my Pali education in the Pali school, I cannot buy all the books, full set of books. We have to share with our friends. I may have some collection of books. My friend may have a collection of books. We have to share. Right? That means we cannot buy all the books. It's very, very big volume, very big amount of books. Anyway, the main thing is, so when we talk about Osaka Rato, Yacha Yoko, we must be careful. If you cannot offer, don't invite. If you invite, you must be able to offer. Otherwise, you must limit it. Okay, for example, if you need some books, then please ask me. For example, if you need this kind of equipment, for example, I have one donors in Singapore, right? She invited me with the electrical things. One day, if you need some electrical things, please ask me. I believe they have faith, but I don't ask anything. When they themselves say, "Fanny, do you need this one?" I want to offer. Okay, yes, I say. Then I just wait until they say something, right? That means for their happiness. Actually, although I ask from them, should they will feel happy. I know, but I don't need many things also, right? The main thing is all the donors, now many of listeners are donors, right? Then you must be careful this one. If you cannot offer, don't invite. Then if you have some limited right, financial, the budget, you must limit the donation also. For example, books, electrical equipment, or healthcare, you can limit. It will be a little bit better for you, right? For your safety. Now 6, Dana Samvipaka Rato, delighting in arranging gifts. So that means he's happy with arranging donations. For example, this month I must offer this property to this monastery. This month I must offer this property to that monastery. For example, in the winter, we need blankets. I offer this amount of blankets to this monastery, the amount of blankets to that monastery. In the rainy season or summer, we need umbrella, right? So, for example, I'm going to offer umbrella, this amount of umbrella to this monastery, this amount of umbrella to that monastery. Arranging and happy with arrangement. This is called Dana Samibhagarato. So these are the quality of generosity. So if we have already offered, then we must be able to delight in our donations. Whenever we recall, we must be happy. It will be qualifying generosity. So if we are not very happy after donations, it's not qualifying generosity, not qualifying offering. We cannot do recollection of generosity. By doing recollection of generosity, we can also attain up to asset concentration. Based on that, we can also continue practicing vipassana. Okay? So here we have one more thing. The story of Annapara. This Venerable story, right? In Kassapa Buddha's age, he was born in Varanasi. One day he placed bowl filled with clarifying bhaja all around the Buddha's tombs and lighted them, himself walking around the tomb all night, wearing on his head a lighted bowl. So that means you can imagine many lighting, hot wine, keeping on his head. It will be very hot also, right? He can go around the Buddha stupa, Buddha dome, Buddha stupa. The relics is enshrined in this stupa, right? He go around. So this is the called donation. He was very happy with this. Later, he was born in a poor family in the Varanasi, and he was named Annapara. So by mistake, maybe later he was born in a poor family. One day, while working for his master, the banker Sumana, he gave his meal to Bojjhanga Buddha. Down here, Bojjhanga Buddha Uparita. Then Bojjhanga Buddha, using his psychic power, saw whether Annapara was generous or not. But he couldn't know Annapara was really generous or not. Then there are obstructions of generosity, not having habits. 2, poor in material. C, the donation is so good. D, stinginess. These 4 can be obstructions of generosity. In his case, only poor material. Right? Because he's a worker, ordinary workers. He doesn't have very good quality. He may not have a habit of offering, maybe for C and D is okay. He doesn't have this kind of things. Annapara also reminded his wife that they had not got any opportunity to see a noble receiver, to have a donation, and to have faith on seeing a receiver. So that means on seeing good receiver, he also have faith, he also have donations. That's when it's proper time to offer. Then they offer. The banker, having heard from the deity of his Paraso of Annapara's the pious deeds, that means the deity of his Paraso rejoiced Annapara's dana. Rewarded him as set him up in trade. The king, being pleased with him, gave him a sightful house, the ground of which he went back, herein much buried treasures. On account of these great accessions of wealth, he was given a rank of Dhanasati. That means he's the high-ranking wealthy man in the country. This is the story of the benefit of dana. Right? When we have qualifying dana, it will be very great benefits. Okay. So maybe tomorrow we should continue the question of deity. Okay, today we should stop here. So by doing Jaganosati or Silanosati, we may attain only asset concentration. Based on that, we can also continue practicing Vipassana. We can also attain path and fruition knowledge. It also can be foundations of Vipassana. So many people misunderstand Sila is just prolonging samsara. Dana is also just prolonging samsara. We don't need to do Sila or Dana or anything. Just Vipassana. Many people say like that. Actually, we need all of them. Without generosity, you cannot survive easily. Without morality, we cannot be influential in the community. This is also important. That is why by doing qualifying Dana, qualifying Sila, we can also make our quality better or stronger. And may you all be able to practice Dana, Sila, Bhavana as taught by the Buddha. May you all be able to practice 3 trainings, and may you all be able to realize final cessation and not suffering.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Sayadaw. Sayadaw, shall we proceed to the Q&A session?
Okay.
Okay. Dear Dharma brothers and sisters, if you have any question, please raise your hand. Brother Jia Hong will bring the microphone to you. Jia Hong.
Let me see it all. I have 2 questions about the morality. So the fifth one, if you hold an expectation about facilitating the concentration to keep the morality, does that violate quality as free from greed? That's my first question.
Okay. Okay, for example, if we expect for concentrations, this is not for enjoyment, right? We cannot say this is a greed or craving. It's chanda, desire. Okay, good desire. So sometimes people misunderstand 2 different things, chanda and lobha. Okay, chanda means only mere wish. We have desire to do good things. We have desire to do bad things. In the case of dana, you want to offer dana, right? This is called chanda. Similarly, you want to improve your meditation. This is also chanda. Okay, one more thing. Sometimes you are in a hurry. You want to improve very fast. You have pressure too much. In this case, we can say greed. Okay? If you have greed, your mind is impure, also unstable. This is a greed. In the case of stability, concentration, your mind must be stable, right? In this case, we can also say greed. Okay? Okay, next one.
My second question, it's about the 7th property of that, about the wrong view. If I'm holding like the morality with a concept of a self, like I am holding such morality, does that violate the wrong view? Because I doesn't really exist, right?
In the case of morality, you don't think that I is a wrong view, right? But one more thing, or maybe I should say a few more things about conceptual Dhamma, right? So that means sometimes we have to understand as a concept. For example, morality. This is also a concept. That's why don't think that. For example, even metta, for example, when you ready metta, you may I be free from danger, right? And it doesn't exist. Don't think like that. This is a metta meditation. We must use concept, okay? In the case of Sila also, we must use concept. For example, if you think about ultimate reality, it will be very messy. For example, killing. There's no living beings, no I, no other living beings, just Namarupa. Right? No killing. Then it will be wrong view. Be careful, right? So, okay, we have also another wrong view at the time of the Buddha. According to their point of view, there are different elements, okay? Okay, now I will make simple way. For example, when one person kill another living beings using the knife, right? So knife also earth element. Another living being is also earth element. Earth element go into earth element is not killing. right? It will be really wrong view. Be careful, right? So that's why in the case of morality, don't think about Namarupa, don't think about ultimate reality, don't think about Anicca Dukkha Anatta. It will be wrong view. Be careful. Another thing is like a moral shame, moral fear. In this case also, we don't need to think about Namarupa or anything. Okay? So in your case, then you say I, right? This is not wrong view. Okay? This is the morality. Similarly, many other cases. Actually, there are 8 conditions. The word I didn't use, right? The ultimate reality. That's why we must be very careful. Okay?
So my last question is about the generosity. The fifth one, ready to give. So in the working environment, if I'm very generous to all my coworkers, they may keep asking me to do their work. So in that case, if I'm not always ready to give, does that violate the generosity?
Okay, so I already said you must limit it. You can limit, right? I can offer up to this one. I'm gonna offer more than that, for example. You can limit. Right? Okay, for example, I will offer you once a week, twice a week. That kind of thing will be okay, right? If you have to do many things, sure, it will be very big burden for you also. Okay? Anything?
Any more questions?
Dạ, con cảm ơn sư ông Kovida và con muốn sư phụ hỏi giùm con có 2 câu hỏi. Câu hỏi thứ nhất đó là về giới, là có nghĩa là khi một Sayadaw và mà nam nhân có thể ở qua đêm mà dưới một mái nhà được hay không? Và nếu được thì phải ở cái phòng khác nhau đúng không ạ?
Okay. Okay, although it's another same rule, it doesn't matter. The same rule also, it doesn't matter. It's okay, right? But one more thing, it's also not really very good to live with very high people also, right? Anyway, the main thing is not more than 3 days, not more than 3 nights. Is limited, right? If other 3 nights, then it should be separated. Okay.
Any more questions from the floor?
Dạ, câu hỏi thứ 2 của con là khi có một người mà khởi đầu họ có một cái chánh kiến rất là mạnh mẽ và tin về giáo pháp của Đức Phật rất là nhiều, nhưng mà sau một thời gian thì người này tự nhiên có thay đổi những cái suy nghĩ rất là tà kiến và lý giải rất nhiều những cái sự sai về cái pháp của Phật, thì con muốn hiểu là nguyên nhân vì sao ạ?
Okay. So that means sometime when they become famous, then they may think they can do whatever they like, then they become greedier, okay? Then they want to be more famous, they will create many new things, they may lead to many wrong directions. Another thing is, in his case, okay, the problem is no admonishment from any other senior. Okay, now my case, right? If I made some mistake, power service already, he will correct me. Sometimes they are independent, although they are too young. No, they don't live with teacher. This is one reason. Another thing, their teacher is also reckless. They don't they don't take care of the students. This is also one of the problem. Okay, one more thing. Sometimes teachers take care of them, but they are disobedient. When they become famous, they become arrogant, disobedient. So if they are disobedient, nobody will taught them anymore. Then they have wrong view. They cannot change their wrong view anymore. It will be whole life. Okay? Then we can say they become greedier. This is one of the things. Another thing is they don't have proper teacher. They give me another reason. If they don't, although they have, he has proper teacher, but he's a disobedient type. Right? That's why they may have many problems. So I remember one of the ladies said, "Oh, what?" Right? Then leaving the teacher very early. After doing whatever thing you like, then you spoil yourself. This is a ladies' admonishment, right?
Any more questions from the floor? Cyril, shall we proceed to the chat group?
Okay, sure.
There are more questions today. Yeah. Wandami Sayadaw. Sayadaw, please teach us more about asavas. 1. How best to translate the term into English? I often see it translated as outflows, and then it's explained that the mind flows out to its various objects. Is that correct?
Okay. In the case of asava, actually, we should talk about only fermented. It will be better, right? Fermentation, the second one, number 2, although you mentioned that one, right? Outflow, actually, I don't recommend this kind of translation. Okay, then 2.
Okay, Sarah, I'll continue with the other parts of the question.
Okay.
2, Sarah used the term mental intoxicants, and I have also seen taints, fermentations, and cankers.
Sure.
All
Sure.
4 are included among the 7 anusaya kilesa. They also seem similar to samyojana. How do they differ from this? Part 3,
Okay.
why are they also called Oga floods? Why did the Lord Buddha mean when he said that it was by not stopping, by not struggling, that he crossed the flood that are hard to cross? Number 4, why do we always dedicate merits to the destruction of the asavas? 5, lastly, is the expression Panhanan Kaya in the Aneka Jati equivalent to Asava Kaya? Thank you, Sayadaw. Namaskara. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. So that means asava means intoxicants of fermentation. This one is better, right? Tank also okay. Fermentation, okay, we have one simile. Asava is like a long time fermented alcohol or liquor. That's what it's called asava, like intoxicants, right? Intoxicating. So that means if you're asava, you are like crazy person. You can understand like that, right? So as we say, like cankers, tanks, or we can also see this kind of things in the translation. Okay. 4 are among the 7 anusaya kilesas. They also is similar to asanyojana. How do they differ from these? Okay. It depends on the listeners. The Buddha used 2 different terms. Right? For example, compared to anusaya is 7. Asava can be only 4. Right? Then he may need only 3 feta or 4 feta, then the Buddha will use asava. Similarly, kilesa will be 10. Actually, right? Samyojana will be 10. So, okay, when we say anusaya, this is underlying, hidden. But when the condition arises, they will pop up, they will arise. This is called anusaya. For about the samyojana, like a factor, then that means 2 things joined together, 4 things joined together, 5 things joined together like this. This is called samyojana, tied up together. Okay, I will give one example. Fish, or maybe crocodile, okay, crocodile, monkey, and a horse, elephant. If we tie together, what will happen? Crocodile like swimming, right? All other animals don't like swimming that much. Then it will be the problem. Then the horse can run very fast, but all other animals cannot follow. Feta means, right? If we tied up with many different things, that we cannot do whatever we like. This is called fetter. We are tied up with something. Okay? Okay, now, next one.
The next question is a Chinese question. Oh, sorry,
Okay.
sir.
Previous one was not yet finished.
修世界
Huh?
差别观，便是水
出
界的
南小肉还没
流动特
有
象。
Sorry, right? For example, like a orga flats, right? Okay, this is also from time to time, Buddha also use orga flats. Okay, actually, when we study, you already mentioned the last one, right? They mentioned by not stopping or by not struggling, this one, right? Actually, this is orga dharma sutta. It's very wide meanings, very, very wide meanings. Many different pairs of non-stopping or not struggling mentioned there, very much in detail, right? So it will be too wide. That you have to go and read original sutta. Oh, sorry, this is not in the original sutta. That one is from the commentary. Many things mentioned there. It's too wide. Okay. Another thing is that when we share merit, then when we do merit, we dedicate merit to the destruction of asava, right? Why? Okay, that means when we say asava kaya, this is arhat. We call kina sawa, you know. If pure upasana vehicle, arhat also we call kina sawa. Whenever we talk about the asava kaya jnana, that means this is arhatship. Then we make aspiration to attain arhatship. You can say like that. The last one, expression tanha kaya, equivalent to asava kaya. Two different things. Tanha, we have many different types of tanha. Asva has also 4 asva already, right? One of the asva is a tanha. Kama asva is a tanha. Bhavasava also tanha. Okay, we can say that two of them are tanha. So these two are 2 different things, right? Okay, next one. Chinese question.
The next question is a
以
Chinese
李
question.
清老师修世界差别观，便是水界的流动特象，是否可以了知湿度的感觉，也就是流动特象呢？流动特象是怎样辨识呢？2. 怎样正确修行世界差别观呢？弟子的理解是这样：同样一种条件，但因为对比不同而呈现为相对的特象，如骨相对于铁是软的，但相对于肉是硬，只需体会其中之一对比出的特象，就可以标记为地。不知这样理解正确吗？沙都沙都沙都。
Okay. Okay. So now, flowing means spread all over the body. This is called flowing. It will spread all over the body, right? Okay. For example, I'm gonna give one example. If you are going to make rice ball from a rice pounder, you have to sprinkle with the water. If water spreads in every single pounder, every single particles of rice pounder, you can make a ball. If there's air, right, then the water cannot deep inside the all the pounder, every single particles, then they are not inside the ball. They are separated pounder inside, right? Similarly, in the case of flowing, it means it must spread all over the body. Okay? So that means flowing means many things are spread all over the body. But the main thing is, in the very beginning, we also recommend you to see saliva gathering inside your mouth, flowing. When you swallow, you can also see flowing. For example, blood vessel, you can also feel flowing. Okay? You should start with easier one. After that, you can also know it can be all over the body, separating. Okay, next one. Okay, the main thing is you must, when you are designing hardness, you must know the quality of hardness in different body parts. Okay, you can say natural hardness. As you say, by comparison, it's not very hard, but there's still hardness. Okay, when you are designing hardness, don't think about softness. It must be hardness all the time. It should be natural, right? Natural hardness. For example, bone and flesh. Okay, bone is hard. Flesh also have hardness, but different quality. The main thing is hardness. You must feel hardness in every single body parts. So I don't recommend you to practice 4 elements in these conditions because you're going to understand very well. Okay? If you are going to practice, you must have teacher nearby you. It will be better for you. Otherwise, it's very risky. Next one.
Thank you, Sayadaw. Next question. Wandami Sayadaw, after we make an invitation to a bhikkhu, if he requests something from us, but we cannot afford to make that offering, how should we reply to the bhikkhu in a respect way? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, but in this case, the bhikkhu must be wise also. Right? For example, okay, I will just say very simple things, right? Then, okay, some donor invite me for the photographies, right? Then he's not that rich. I ask him to offer a computer. It will be a big challenge for him, right? So although he's very generous, we have to consider his conditions, his poverty, or his wealth. This is also bhikkhu's duties, right? Sometimes donor is very rich, okay, very rich. Then I will ask him 2 computers, 3 computers, 4 computers, for example. This is also not necessary, right? Although they are rich, they have a lot of donations, but we just request what we need, right? So if we have 1 computer good enough, why would I have to ask many computers, right? This is one thing, right? Okay, in this case, the donor also have to, if you can limit the property, it will be much better. For example, whenever you need the books, I'll offer you. But one more thing, some books are very expensive, right? Then it will be a little bit difficult for you also. Okay, the main thing is, I don't have enough requests for that kind of donation. You can also say openly, it doesn't matter, in your condition, right? Like this. Next one.
Thank you, Sayadaw. The next question. Wandami Sayadaw, as a monastic, sometimes when donor offer but we do not really need the requisite, if we
Sure.
reject, they will be unhappy. If we
Sure.
accept, it will be too much for us. In such case, how should we do? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. But actually, you must have some backup, right? Backup means some place to offer also. In my case, okay, as you say now, I also had that kind of experiences. When I was newly appointed meditation teacher, many of my students, after Katrina, they offer me robes. I rejected, Bhikkhu to bhikkhu, no, not layman, bhikkhus. Then they offer me, then I rejected. Many of my students, they don't offer. But one of my students complained. Not complain, he said, right? Sayadaw, in Paudrya, we have only robes to offer to the teacher. We don't have any other material, and we don't have any other donations. Also, this was also very good quality. That's why I want to offer to teacher. If you don't accept, what should I do? He complained, Later, then I also recognize, okay, sure, I should accept. But I accept when they offer the robes or anything. I have another place to offer, for example, my body school, my teacher body school, right? Whenever I have God's robes, I send to my teacher's monastery, is one thing. Similarly, I also have got many other donations from many donors. I don't need, I just send to Bali school that they may need, right? So in your case, if you have many donations, you must find poor monastery, send to them. They will need, right? It will be easier for you. Sure, sometimes we cannot reject. If we reject, they are not very happy. Sometimes it's very rare to see bhikkhu for them also. Okay?
Thank you,
Next one.
Sayadaw. The next question is a Vietnamese question.
Okay. So in this case, okay, you can start with Kasina or Bodhanussati, anything will be okay. There are some subjects you cannot start. You cannot do in the very beginning. For example, Upaka meditation. You cannot do, right, as a beginner. Similarly, 4 immaterial jhanas, you cannot do in the very beginning. For all other meditation subjects, you can start as a beginner. So, Kasina, you
Sorry,
can take.
Bande power up. We can hear you in English channel. Sorry.
Okay, different channel. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, now I will repeat, right? For beginners, you cannot do Upaka Bhavana, Upaka meditation, and immaterial jhanas. You can start with any other samatha practice, it will be okay. Then one more thing here. By practicing Kasina, you can take up to 4 jhana. You can also proceed practicing anti-8 attainments. And for Bodhanussati, you can take only asset concentration. All of them can be the foundations of Vipassana. Okay? So, okay, for your questions, there will be a little bit difficult for beginners to practice Bodhanussati or Kasina because you have to visualize something. If you practice Anapanasati, is easier. That's why we just recommend to practice Anapanasati. Okay? Next one.
Chinese question.
Okay.
礼敬霞多，比库下午可以用豆子榨汁喝吗？阿修卡王过去供养沙子给佛陀，而得到庞大国土吗？萨多萨多萨多。
That means from the beans. No, cannot. Beans. So maybe juice from the beans and juice from the rice is not allowable. Okay? This is a prohibited. Second one. Okay, Asoka. No, we don't have this kind of things, right? Oh, this is some misunderstanding maybe, right? Not of understanding the Buddha. Okay, next one.
The next question is a Vietnamese question.
Children there? Okay, so that means if they can hear the sound, it's not in the jhana. When they cannot hear the sound, they are in the jhana. We can understand like that, right? So sometimes the jhana are not so strong yet, then you will drop, then you may hear the sound. Okay? A very nice sound, sure, like loudspeaker or anything, right? The aeroplane, sure, very noisy one, then you may hear, right? Then okay, so that would be okay. Two more cases, right? We can say dana is like a provision in the samsara. Okay? For example, we are going to meditate. If we don't have food, we cannot meditate. We need provision in the samsara. So sila is like a dignity. We can also say influential in the community, right? Sometimes, although we are living in the community, we are bullied by many different people. We are not very, very influential. Then this is also not really very good. In the samsara, if we have sila, it also can be parami also, right? Dana parami, sila parami. So for our concentrations, sure, this is a special one. When your mind is strong, stable, right? Then people may respect you more. Then you are like impressive to the community. So in the Western, this is the best one. When we do dana also, we must be wise. When we do sila also, we must be wise. When we do samadhi also, we must be wise. Otherwise, we cannot achieve anything. Okay? So that means dana is also dana parami, sila is also sila parami, samadhi is nikama parami, panya is panya parami. We need all types of parami in the samsara. Okay? Yeah? Next one.
The next.
Okay. And then they can maintain if they are practicing diligently, it's possible. Right? It depends on how they practice, it's possible. If they cannot practice, sure. If they cannot maintain, they cannot attain jhana very well. Okay.
On the Misiado, with regards to taking precepts, Bhante did mention taking precepts singly, but 5 or 8 precepts is always taken in a whole set. Sorry, Bhante, I do not really get the meaning. Could Bhante please explain this again? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. Okay, in this case, for example, you don't chant Paranipada Vadamani Sikhavana Samadhiyami, right? Harinana Vadamani Sikhavana Samadhiyami, you chant 5 one by one. Okay? This is called, we take precepts separately. So sometimes you don't chant all the 5 one by one, you just chant Panja Sila Samadhiyami, for example. Right? Ahandisena Saha, Ambandisena Saha, Panja Sila Samadhiyami, Panjanga Atanga Samanagatang Upasra Sila Samadhiyami, right? You chant only one time for all the 8, without the list. In this case, we can say undertaking all the precepts overall, together. If we chant one by one, this means we undertake precept separately. Okay? Next one.
Okay, Sarah, now we are 7 minutes
毕竟
past
尊者
8:30.
刚才讲的佛陀在8种
We
情
have 4
况
more
下
questions.
不使用就近法，求
Okay,
是哪
okay,
8 种？
okay, it's okay.
沙都
Okay.
沙都。
Okay, you can continue, okay? Oh, it will be very long topic, right? Okay, I'll postpone next one, okay? And maybe tomorrow I can continue this one, right? Good. Okay, question also, you must remember this one, right? Okay, mark this
Yes,
one. It will be too long, okay?
Okay. Sarah, the next
This
3
one?
questions will be Vietnamese question.
Okay. Actually, in this case, right, you just inform them by telephone, right? I'm going to share merit, then just share merit by mouth, it will be easier. So that means when they can hear, they can rejoice at the time you are successfully shared. Then they can get your merit. If they cannot hear, right, they don't know, then they cannot rejoice over your merit. Then we cannot say you are successful sharing. Right? Okay now? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay, from music metal, right? For the music, I don't recommend to play metal or any channel for the music. It's not really very good thing to do. Like I like chanting, is okay. That you may play some chanting, or maybe another thing is if she listen to you or somebody, then you can also read some Dhamma story or Dhamma books, right? Then she may listen the Dhamma books. This is also okay, right? Mostly they may follow their beloved one, right? It depends on her conditions. You can use many other things, as you say now, chanting, audiobooks, audio fine, or some Dhamma talks. You can also play some Dhamma audio also. If you are Vietnamese, actually, there are, as far as I know, right? In Vietnam, you have many Dhamma audiobooks. You can play them also. She may be able to listen, right? It will be better for her. If she likes some of the Dhamma audio, okay, you can play many times. It's good enough. Okay. Next one. Okay, we have actually, according to Buddha teaching, we have many different divisions. For example, divide into three parts, three portions, or divide into 4 portions, other 5 portions. You can choose either one. Okay, that means 20%. If we say 5 portion, right, it can be 20% of your income, your salary. You can say like that. If we say, right, the 3 portions, it can be around maybe 32%, something like that, right? So you can guess 33%, maybe 33%, maybe, right? So each based on your condition, you can make different portions. Okay. Next one. Actually, there are some dana you have already accumulated in the past. So you don't expect anything. Okay, qualifying dana, you can recall. I have already talked about qualifying dana, right? There's some quality of dana. You can recall some dana are really qualifying. Just recall that quality, that dana. It will make you happy. You can be recalling every day. Whenever you are free, you can do it. Right? We can say it's Jaganosati. Actually, for lay devotees, Jaganosati is very easy. You may have seen Sangha, you may have already offered in many different places, and some of the donation you are very happy at the time. You can recall, it's okay. What? What do you mean? Okay. In some case, some of the dana should be habitual dana, right? For example, you may offer flower to the Buddha. That kind of things can be every day. It doesn't matter, right? Habitual dana. So some occasionally, okay, there are some special occasions. For example, Katina. What's up? Special occasion, special dana, right? This is another case. So, okay, we can divide into two different things. Some of them can be daily visits. Some of them can be occasional. It depends on your empowerment. Okay? Any other thing?
Okay. Sarah, we don't have any more questions.
Okay.
Shall we proceed to close the session for today?
Okay.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much for your teaching today. And thank you, our interpreter Bandes, for the translation. May we invite Sarah to lead us in making aspiration and sharing of merits. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Etawadaja ahmehi sambadam bunya sambadam sabbe deva numodandu sabbe buddha numodandu sabbe satta numodandu sabba sambati siriya idam me nyatinam hotu sukhita hondu nyadayo idam me nyatinam hotu sukhita hondu nyadayo idam me nyatinam hotu sukhita hondu nyadayo idam me punyam asavakaya vaham hotu idam me punyam nibbanasa pajayo hotu mama punya bhagam sabba sadanam bhajami te sabbe me samam punya bhagam labandu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Sayadaw. Thank you for your teachings and everyone for your time and participation. Till we meet tomorrow, may all be well and happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, Sayadaw.